Hi, my name is David Zimmerman. I'm currently a driver paramedic for Miami-Dade Fire Rescue. I've been a firefighter for 15 years. Prior to becoming a firefighter, I was a police officer with Miami-Dade Police Department. In my 25-year career, I've seen terrible events, maybe some that could have had a different outcome for organ recipients if they were on an organ donor list. I would like to discuss with this graduating class a subject that I find extremely important but often gets overlooked. If you're knowledgeable about the subject, then maybe you can teach someone, and together we can help save more lives. After all, that's the business we are in. Every 10 minutes, someone is added to the transplant waiting list. 20 people die every day waiting for an organ transplant. 112,000 men, women, and children are on the national wait list as of March 2020. These statistics from organdonor.gov should floor you. 90% of US adults support organ donation. Only 60% of us add these two words, organ donor, on our driver's license. There are many misunderstandings about organ donations, and maybe these misunderstandings are the reasons people won't become an organ donor themselves. Maybe they don't have someone in their lives that needs an organ. I save lives for a living. Whether I pull a child out of a burning building, save the life of a mom in a rollover accident, or inform and convince one more person to become an organ donor, I've done my job. What are some of these misunderstandings or myths? We'll call them. I have a medical condition, so I can't be a donor. Anyone, regardless of age or medical history, can sign up to be a donor. Even with an illness, you may be able to donate organs or tissue. I'm too old to be a donor. Well, there's no age limit to organ donation. If they see I'm a donor at the hospital, they won't try to save my life. That's a common one. When you're sick or injured and admitted to the hospital, the one and only priority is to save your life, period. Donation doesn't become a possibility until a life-saving methods have failed. My family will have to pay for the donation. Well, there's no cost to donors or their families. How about if I'm in a coma? They could take my organs. The majority of deceased organ donors are patients who have been declared brain dead. You can recover from a coma. You can't recover when you're brain dead. One person can donate up to 8 organs. That's up to 8 people one person can save. They can save a heart transplant candidate, a lung candidate, liver, intestines, pancreas, tissues, even corneas. There are multiple types of organ donation: living donation, pediatric, and deceased donation. Living donation saves 2 lives per organ, the recipient and the next one on the deceased organ waiting list. What is even better is kidney and liver patients who are able to receive a living donor transplant can receive the best quality organ much sooner, often in less than a year. Pediatric transplants differ from other organ donations. Organ size is critical to a successful transplant, and children often respond better to child-size organs. There are currently 2,000 children under the age of 18 waiting for a variety of organs, and nearly 25% of them are under 5 years old. Every year, thousands of pediatric cornea and tissue donors help restore sight and heal lives. But the most common type that we think of is deceased donation. We all think of sudden death from a fatal car accident, and now the family is asking to do the unthinkable. Please consider donating your wife's organs, your husband, your son, your daughter. This is the last thing you want to consider doing, but time is not on your side for this decision. The doctor leaves you and says, well, think about it, but do it quickly. Can you remember if you've had this conversation with your spouse about organ donation? Did we think about it? What did she say? What did she want? You can't remember, so you decline, leaving 8 people still on the donation list that could have been saved. Where am I going with this, you ask? Register to donate. You register, talk to your families about registering, take the burden off of your family at the difficult time and become an organ donor so they don't have to think about it. It's not our job to persuade anyone to do something. It's our job to save lives. And if we can teach people the facts of organ donation and get them talking about considering registering or even registering themselves and their families, then we've saved more lives than we can count. And that is our job.